This is Steve from Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD. Dave Allen, you're a bit of a man at the moment.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah. I guess so. Maybe, I don't know. I don't keep up with current affairs like I used to.
There's only one place to start, Dave. When I texted you this morning, your little WhatsApp picture was Roy Keane, and now it's Robert Perez. What's happened?
Yeah, my WhatsApp picture, I just changed it from footballer to footballer from back in the day. Don't ask me why. Just it makes less people contact me that way. The question if it's still my number. So that's the reason behind that.
Dave, where to start? Derek Chisora to Fabio Wardley in less than 24 hours. Discuss.
Yeah, the Derek Chisora thing was I spoke to Dennis about it, but it was never. I didn't personally see it as a goer, really. You know, he's just fought Tyson Fury. He's a massive name. You know, he can fight some of the real top heavyweights in the world for millions. So I didn't see him entertaining the fight myself, to be honest. So that wasn't really a thought in my mind. But Fabio Wardley, more so the British title, is at the forefront of my mind. So yeah, the Chisora thing, it wasn't really a thought. The Wardley thing, the British title thing, I've been a thought for many years. So I've just been in the gym, you know. I'm not the same man people remember even 3 or 4 years ago. You know, last time I was on the scene on the TV was probably the Lovejoy debacle, and the last fight on Sky was darts. So I'm not the same man I was. You know, you'll see me now. I'm not the same person I was. Got a kid, family. Yeah, everything's changed, matured, grown up. You know, so yeah, I think everything's totally different. And I've just been training really hard and just waiting for an opportunity, and hopefully one's going to produce itself soon.
Since we last spoke, Dave, you've teamed up with Jamie Moore.
Yeah.
Is that a permanent thing?
Yeah, I've been over with Jamie. It's been difficult because financially it's not really doable to be over there full time without a fight. So been over at Jamie's a couple of days here and there. They've got Jack Catchell and Chancellor Cam the next couple of weeks as well. So I don't want to be in the way. So I've been over there a couple of days. I've had my fighter Joe Hayden. He's been sparring Jack for his upcoming fight. And then I've just been here, there, and everywhere. I've been doing bits of sparring. I've been doing some bits of junior wear. I've been at local amateur clubs, just joining in the sessions. I've not felt as good as this for a long time, to be honest. I'm just enjoying training, getting back sparring, and just feeling really good, to be honest. I'm enjoying it. I'm physically fit. Weight's down. I'm just feeling good and enjoying it, to be honest.
Whatever fight happens, Dave, how long do you think it would take you from where you are now to be ready for a fight?
Probably about 8 weeks. I need. I'm physically fit now to go straight into sparring, and you know, I was offered the Wardley fight. I was in an interview with him earlier. I was offered the Wardley fight for April 1st. I think I was offered that on the 26th of Feb when I got back from Malta, and I said to Ed, that's too soon. Yeah. And then he came back maybe a week later and said, what about August 29th? Which would have given me 6 weeks training, but I didn't even have a coach at the time. I didn't have a boxing coach. You know, I was doing 4 rounds and I was just ticking over. I was fit, but I wasn't boxing. I'm not even sparred or nothing. So I turned that down as well. But in that time after Eddie offered me the Wardley fight, I thought, right, well, we're actually onto something here, because I was a bit like, right, I'm going to keep plodding on and maybe something will happen. And then with that little kick up the arse off Ed saying, look, the Wardley fight is a possibility, I got straight in contact with Jamie and I said, look, can I come over and are you interested in working together again? So I went over, did some work, and he said, right, there's something left. So yeah, and it's just been a case of doing bits and bobs, really, you know, till I get a fight date and I can afford to go over and commit full time. So and hopefully that time's coming. But at the minute, just been here, there, and everywhere, really, and just keeping and just getting fit. I'm really fit. So yeah, just that's all it is, really. Yeah.
It was purse bids today. I don't think anyone who's on social media can't fail to see that. And apparently, boxers pulled out of the purse bids. Can I ask what your thoughts are on that? And did your brain straight away think there's an opportunity for me?
Yeah, I don't know what's happened, really. I'm not on the inside with it. I don't know. Fraser Clark's a nice fella. I've known him for a very long time. He's a good bloke. And you know, he's only had 6 fights, so I didn't think. I was surprised when the board mandated him, to be honest. I thought it would have been Adelaide. So my first thought was, Clark's out, Adelaide's fighting in June. Dakers has got a defensive English title, I think, in July. So I'm thinking, right, I'm surely I'm the number one man that's left. If Adelaide, Dakers, and Clark got the shot before me, as Clark did, that's a fair play. They've been more active, and fair enough. But I think now, if he wants a voluntary defence, I think it'll be me. I don't think there'd be bigger interest out with anyone else than me and him. I think me and him would be big. Would create a lot of interest. I'm good at creating interest. I'm a different man now, and I don't particularly enjoy the aspects that I used to, because I used to be all over the place doing all sorts. But I think it'll still be a big fight, interesting fight, and yeah. So I guess I am hopeful that it's a possibility of happening. But if he decides to go another route and he wants to defend the belt he won last time, then fair play to him. I'm not chasing anyone and desperate for anything. Whatever will happen will happen. It'll happen at the right time. So we'll just have to see.
Has anyone or any correspondence since the purse bids broke down, Dave? Has anyone been in touch since this afternoon?
No, I'm not. I messaged Ed earlier and I said, look, Ed, like if he's got a voluntary defence of the British title, I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. Opportunity's been hard to come by the last couple of years. I've not had a real competitive fight for 4 years. So it's not really the ideal scenario, but at this point, beggars can't be choosers, and I would be up for taking the fight. Yeah, I've never felt this good physically in all my years. In sparring, I feel good, so it would be a fight. If they give me the right amount of notice to prepare and the financials make sense, I would happily box in next.
For those that haven't seen, Dave, you put out a semi-cryptic Instagram post about Fabio Wardley's where you've already been. Can you just explain a little bit more about that for people that haven't seen it?
Yeah, I've got nothing against Fabio Wardley. I remember we were both around Dylan White for the second Chisora fight, sorry. And he was down there. His coach was there, and we got on really well. We did a round, I think a round or two maybe. It was nothing heavy. It was just he was a baby at the time, and I've seen him do really well, and it's been great to see. Really, from the white collar background, I wrote him off a few times, but he's pulled out the bag. I don't think he's not a great boxer, but he's very gritty. He's powerful. He's a great athlete. So I've got nothing but admiration for what he's achieving. But I watch his interviews and I do see similarities to me after the Brown fight. He's a bit brash and getting a bit carried away, and that was me. And David Price was the older man that had been there, done it, and seen it come up short a few times. And I guess that's me now in the Last Chance Saloon, like David was when he boxed me. And with all that experience, and he don't want to take his foot off the pedal and overlook me if it was to happen, because it'd make a bad mistake. I've been there and done it myself, so yeah. If he's not boxing me, wish him all the best. Keep doing his thing. But if he does box me, I see a lot of people writing me off and all sorts of stuff. But the people that know boxing, I've been sparring lately. People I've been sparring spar the likes of your Fraser Clarks and all these other people, and they will all tell you the same thing. I'm better than them. That's their words, not mine. I'm fitter and better than ever. So you got to replicate that for real in the ring. But I believe a newfound maturity and a newfound mindset, and I'm ready to do that. So I won't be turning up to make up the numbers and for a few quid. You better believe if I box the British title, you'll get 100%, as you always did before.
How does 100% fully focused, ultra-determined Dave Allen fare against Fabio, Dave?
I think it's a tough ask. I think he's good. I think he's a brilliant athlete and he's powerful, and he's got a good jab and he's getting better all the time. But he's still inexperienced. He's still inexperienced, and his best wins aren't as good as me, in my opinion. Nathan Gorman, Molina, at his age, Nathan, don't want to say disinterested, but Nathan didn't really want to be there when it got tough. And I'll be there all the way. I can box, I can punch. I'm not saying I'm a world beater, But to beat me, you're gonna have to be pretty good, and maybe he is. And if he is, it's been proven before. You probably get the better of me, if you're going on to that top level. But if you're not, I'll find you out. So I'm not coming. I'm not going to be talking rubbish and calling him out and talking bad of him because there's not really anything bad to say. He's been doing really well. So we'll see if it happens. Great. If it doesn't, I'm staying in the gym. I'm enjoying it. And something will come good eventually. So we'll just have to see.
I know you talk about the new maturity, Dave, and not one for calling out and all the rest of it. But would you have a message for Fabio Wardley? Because we'll put a clip on Twitter and it will probably be picked up.
Yeah, I do. I'm not going to talk bad of him because I think what he's achieved is amazing. I said that on my post earlier. Man, unbelievable. Him and his coach, and I think it's great what they've done. And every time I watch him, I'm more. I'm not sure what the word is. Just good to see. I didn't foresee it. It's amazing the improvements. The hard work he puts in. So I'm not going to come in here and talk bad of him. I said earlier we're in a similar situation. I was never undefeated British champion, but I was main event in the O2 and I was chief support on pay-per-view and I had the world at my feet after the Brown fight. So he's got to keep doing what he's doing. Because I'm the kind of man. If you don't turn up 100%, and I do turn up 100%, you're in big trouble. At domestic level. So I wish him all the best. If the fight happens, I think it'll sell well. Eddie knows that it can happen. If it doesn't happen, I wish him all the best on whatever avenue he goes down. And I'll turn something else. So I'm not going to say anything negative towards him. I'm 31. I've got a child. So the days of me antagonising anyone and being negative towards anyone, I want to be a better role model. And I'm a different man completely than 2 or 3 years ago. So if the fight happens, great. I really think I'll prove once and for all a very good fighter. I really believe that, and I really believe it's a fight I would win. But by no means I think it'd be easy. The time out and the qualities he possesses, very difficult night. Yeah, so we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to wait and see what works out. But I hope to be back in action soon, whether it's Wardley or whether it's anyone else.
You've nicked my last question, Dave. If it isn't Wardley, when can your fans expect to see you back out?
I'm not sure, mate. To be honest, it's been an hard couple of years. Really, I came back and things didn't take off that I wanted them to. I wanted to be busier. That wasn't possible. For the comeback, I was fit. I remained fit, and then nothing was happening, and I kind of fell off. And I packed in. I finished again, and didn't make a public hoo-ha of it. I was like, right, it's done now. Then I took another fight. I won that one. Then it was another year before the last one, and been tough. But having the kid and I met a fellow called John Wharton. He got me in great shape, and as I got in good shape, I started to enjoy it more. I started to think, right, I can do this again. I started to believe in myself again, and I was a national amateur champion. I was on the GB development squad. Like, I was fucking really good. Somewhere along the way, more than anything else, I just lost belief. Really, I lost belief and faith, and with that, I started training to make excuses. But I'm a grown man now, and I you know what the difference is. I know myself. I know what gets me going. I know what keeps me going. So yeah, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not gonna act like an arsehole. I'm just gonna turn up in the best shape possible, perform to the best of my ability, and win, lose or draw. On to the next one, because I plan on boxing for a good few years. People talk about my physical state. All medicals are clear. I feel amazing. The few years I've had off, while not great for boxing inactivity, I feel like a new man. I feel fantastic. I feel so fresh in mind and body. So everything's really good, mate. To be honest, apart from boxing, got most beautiful baby in the world. Mate, everything's just great, you know. But the boxing is just, I just love it, and I've still got something left to give. And I'm not the kind of man, I wouldn't come back for all the money in the world. And people can choose to believe that or not, but I'd like to think you are someone I've known a long time. Believe me when I say that, you know. There's no amount of money in the world that you could give me to see me get put on my arse by Fabio Wardley or anyone else. So I I really look forward to coming back on the big stage and enjoying it this time.
Yeah, we have known each other a long time, Dave, and I can completely support what you've just said. We've spoken on camera plenty, and you've always said you want one more big night at the O2, and the fire still burns. And you do have a lot of detractors, Dave, that, you know, a lot of them care for you, and, you know, worried they saw the Usyk video and everything. But for you, it is just about one more crack, isn't it?
You know what? I've probably just been a bit of an open book sometimes. The thing that happened in the Usyk spar, it happens in sparring every day all around the world. You know,
Yeah.
it's when I retired, I was fucked mentally. I was done. Physically, I've had some injuries, bad injuries, of course, over the years. But I was just mentally fucked, to be honest. Done over loads of times, and I was just the sport had broke me, to be honest. But I'm just back now, fresh of mind, you know. Just a different man. It's not a boxing thing. It's just grown as a man. I just people wouldn't believe the difference in me. They wouldn't believe it. I don't have any bad. I don't have any bad in me at all. I don't have any. Yeah, people. I see people. I see detractors, like you say. Some of it comes from a good place. Some of them just don't know what they're talking about. You know, some of it's some people have seen certain things. He punch drunk, he's this and that, and they just repeat it. They've seen it and they repeat it. So the likes of Jamie Moore telling me there's a lot left in the tank. Junior Way, there's a lot left in the tank. The fighters I'm sparring saying that I'm better than X, Y, and Z, who everyone says a lot better than me. So, mate, I'm just happy. I'm just happy to be alive, mate. I'm over the moon with life. I'm buzzing. Every night I go to bed, my baby's there. I'm just happy, mate. To be honest, and yeah, the boxing for me is secondary to the baby, to the happiness that I've got. But it's my passion.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it, and as long as I'm mentally and physically clear to box, I will continue to, as long as I feel like I've got something to give. And if the Wardley fight happens, well, I'm not stupid. 4 years out is a long time.
yeah.
I'm here to stay. You know, as long as I'm not getting beat up and I'm competitive at a decent level, I'll continue to box for another 2 or 3 years, I hope.
Good man.
So yeah, and the training, the managing's going well. Everything's going well, Steve.
Yeah.
Everything's good, mate. Yeah. Just everyone, what people watching this, you know, that are having difficult times and that, mate, it don't last forever. I just wish, like the kids I train now, I just wish someone would have got older than me as a young man and just things would have worked out differently. But it's better late than never, and I just want that. I just want that opportunity to come back and enjoy it, whether that's as a champion, whether that's coming back enjoying the sport, winning a few, losing a few. I just want to get back boxing, mate, because it's what I love to do.
I think it's fair to say, Dave, most of your fans, A, would love to hear you in such a positive mood, and B, would love to see you back.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, you know, proof will be in the pudding when I box. But well, like I say, I watch a lot of boxing. I understand boxing. The Wardley fight at any point in time would be hard. After time out would be even harder. You know, but it's all about challenging yourself. People say they're worrying about me. I watched Dylan White in my 21st amateur and pro fight. Lewis Ortiz in my 22nd, bang out of shape. So people have got short memories. You know, certain people saying, "How can you fight Fabio Wardley?" Mate, I watched Lewis Ortiz in my 22nd ever fight, amateur and pro, off the sofa and never even trained. Just fucking gone in the head. Just
you must look back on that, Dave, and just think, like, what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah, crazy, really, because the first round, I remember going back to the corner and said, "This is fucking easy, this. I'm going to beat him." 20 seconds into the second round, couldn't breathe. So, It's been a mad life, mate, and if I could live it again, I'd do so many things differently. But at the same time, I sit here now and everything's good. So yeah, I just want to put a few wrongs right next couple of years, and I'll be happy, mate. Yeah.
Top man. Dave, I'll let you go upstairs and give Betty a hug. After all that, you'll probably want to go and give her a hug.
Yeah, she's fast asleep. She's fast asleep, mate. It takes forever to get into sleep. It's a nightmare, but yeah, sleep. I can't wait to get a fight and go to camp and get some good night's sleep. I know
All
that.
right. Dave, it's always a pleasure, mate. Always a pleasure speaking to you off camera. I love catching up with you on camera as well, mate. You're a top man.
Cheers, Steve. I'll catch you soon, mate.
All right, you take care, Dave. All the best,
Thank you.
fella.
Cheers, mate.